All right, first things first. I have to say before we get into the picks, this may be breaking news. I don't know if Frank wants to play it. This is unprecedented.
This is incredible, right?
Changing the parlay.
Wow.
This is the beauty of doing it on Friday.
If you've bet it, cash it out. Yeah, I have to say, feels like no one really cares about the bets, but this week there's been some clamoring. I was actually quite surprised.
People were asking.
Oh yeah, they were wondering where it was. I wasn't on No Bets Barred this week. Nice to feel a little bit of love, especially we're on 4 straight winning weeks. Changing the Parlay Pals pick had the Amanda Serrano fight over 8.5. I've been talked out of that. We'll get into that in a little bit. We'll get into that in just a second.
Wow.
I'm now going the over 5.5. Nate Diaz Army. I think he's going to last longer. In the main event, I'm going with the over 5.5.
Wow.
Jake Paul, his last 4 have gone over the 5.5 mark. Nate Diaz is tough as nails. Don't think he's going to get knocked out. Maybe later in the fight there's a TKO on either side, but I think that one goes a little bit longer. I disagree with Sean Porter on it being ended early. Let's get into the actual picks. We'll start with UFC Nashville if we can. I believe we do have the graphics. I mean, even when we're away from home, we get that production value. I'm going to start Quarantillo Jackson under 2.5. I mean, you think people are even hearing me, or is this all just
no? This is. By the way, at the open workouts, it was like 1,000 times louder.
I think they might have just heard me. They turned it down.
Guys. Appreciate that very much.
Billy Q, 6 of his last 9, including the Contender Series, knock on the distance. Jackson, 22 of his 28 have knock on the distance. 12 of his last 14 under 2.5. Let's move on to the next one. Jeremiah Wells, 5 of his last 6 haven't gone to round 3. Carlston Harris, 7 of his last 8 have not seen round 3. Let's keep it rolling to the next pick. Ignacio Bahamondes. Did a forklift just honk? That's it. He's coming out honking.
Coming back hot.
This is incredible. Bahamondes, I mean, he's going to be so much bigger. 8 inches taller, 4 inches of reach. He's just going to be
I don't think he likes this pick.
More well-rounded. Well, that's your pick for the Parlay Pals.
Yeah,
so I hope he does. And then last but not least for UFC Nashville, let's go to the last pick there. I'm going to take the under 2.5, Tatiana Suarez and Jessica Andrade.
Oh, I like that one.
Wow, that's a good fight.
Queen of Chaos, 9 of her last 11, ending in round 1 or 2. Suarez, 4 of her 6 UFC wins, ending by finish. Andrade, I think she's going to push the pace, and I think Suarez will have to dance with her, and someone is going to get finished. Let's move to Paul Diaz.
Yes.
Hotly contested. Here we are. Amanda Serrano, Heather Hardy. I'm flipping the pick from the Parlay Pals. I'm taking the single. I'm riding with Rick. I am now taking the under 8.5 plus 115. Despite 6 straight fights going over 8.5 for Amanda Serrano, despite her already having fought Heather Hardy to a decision, them being very friendly, very cordial.
Yes.
Rick here claims
confident
lock of the week, lock of the century, lock of the millennium. There is no way that this does not go under. I mean, I was getting slandered at dinner last night.
Didn't he say 3rd round?
That was Mike Heck. Shout out to Mike Heck. I mean, they were getting right up in my face. It was getting intense at dinner last night. How confident they were in the under 8.5. So confident. Rick has also thrown a couple units down on the under 8.5. I mean, they are that confident.
I like it.
In this going, I said, all right, listen, I'm a ride or die. That's what I'm going to do with Rick. So we'll ride together.
I appreciate
that.
that.
8.5. And then lastly, we will go to the main event. No side for me. Hard to have a real firm thought process on what's going to happen here. I'm going with the over 7.5. Paul, 3 of his last 4 over the 7.5. I mentioned Diaz, tough as nails. I think this one's going to get extended. I think we're going to have some fun, but Frank doesn't think so. We can clear off the picks here. We have to get Frank's thoughts.
Yeah,
Frank has strong thoughts.
Strong thoughts.
Oh, something big is happening when he starts it off with look, man.
Tell us, Frank.
I just want you to understand.
I'm looking, Frank.
I like Nate.
Yeah.
But I feel
like
like Jake is going to finish this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when he does, I'm never going to shut up about that.
What's the like Nate part? But Jake is going to finish it. Like, what's the...
I wouldn't be mad if Nate won.
Oh, I see.
He tells me if Jake Paul finishes him in the first 4 rounds, we will never hear the end of it. He said he is going to go on an absolute tirade in Dallas. He's going to paint the town red if Jake Paul gets this done in the first 4 rounds. I mean, he is a problem child. He has come out and said that he is a problem child himself.
So he's not making a pick. Are you making a pick?
No, you know what? I want to say I'm a lot more like GC, and we've been checking in on my levels, right? First announced, what was I, 10 out of 10?
Yeah.
We fast forward to the week, 13 out of 10.
Yep. As
we might be
going up.
We might be 15.
Oh yeah.
15.
Oh, 15.
We might be
After
15.
today was good. Press conference
face-off.
was good.
The
Wayne
face-off
good.
was
Now that we're
electric.
here, now that
Yeah.
everything's going on, I actually am really excited for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be awesome.
And the thing about this fight, and it speaks to what GC was talking about in the betting aspect of it, I have no idea what is going to happen. If Nate finishes him late because Jake runs out of gas, I wouldn't be surprised. If Jake finishes Nate because the power is too much and Nate's too shop worn, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think Nate's he's gonna surprise a lot of people. Ultimately, does he win? He has a great ability of saying, "Hey, I won that fight, even though he didn't win." Like, who knows if he actually gets the nod? But I think he surprises a lot of people. What's so funny?
Just
The
not
music?
the music. These
The scene?
forklifts are peeling, dude. I mean, we're getting the reverse,
It's
the
amazing.
backups. We're
I
getting
love
the
it.
hung, and they're absolutely peeling. To your guys' point, I think Nate Diaz is going to show out a little bit more than people are expecting him. I mean, minus 160 is what Frank took Jake Paul by knockout. I mean, 3 of his last 4 have gone to a decision. I think Nate Diaz can hang. On top of that, didn't do it yet. Maybe a little sprinkle. I'm talking just a little bit of lunch money. Nate Diaz by decision plus 900.
Wow! Oh my God!
I could see-
900.
I
Yeah.
can see a world where he steals later rounds and maybe gets to a decision
I'm
for
not
sure.
saying it's a sure thing. This is a tough task for
Yeah.
Nate Diaz making his debut. Jake Paul, he's switched coaches. He's hungrier, obviously hungrier than ever. He cannot lose this fight. But I mean, if it gets extended, he's got the cardio. He starts getting comfortable in the boxing
I
ring.
agree.
He steals some rounds late. Plus 900. I mean, if this
I
is
don't hate
close
that.
and you're going to the cards, that would be something. Actually, speaking of Frank's his fandom for Jake Paul, he pulled me aside. I think we have the picture here.
Oh.
Frankie is
What do we got?
one of the biggest Jake Paul fans.
Really? He's a big Jake Paul mark.
Look at him.
Wow!
With the robot.
Frank, you got a shot with the robot.
I honestly actually
Yeah,
thought
man.
Frank was in the robot.
Frank, how cool was that?
Frank,
That's the highlight of my day.
please, no. Highlight of your day. Please tell me what you said to the robot.
I came up to him and I said, "You do such a great effing job. I can't keep my eyes off of you."
Wow!
And
Wow.
He wasn't on the stage.
I've never heard Frank say anything that
Yeah.
nice about
He said,
anything.
"I love all your work. I cannot. I watch all of your work. I'm your biggest
This
fan."
is a tremendous.
We saw the man behind the mask.
No, there's no man.
Did
It's
that
just a
hurt
robot.
anything?
No.
I saw the engineers making sure the
Yes,
actuators
yes.
were working.
Putting
and he
the
pulled
oil
out.
in. I love it.
By the way, it happened already, but I wonder what the line was of Jake saying to me, "I'm gonna F him up,
Yeah,
Ariel."
yeah.
I would have had that.
Boom, he like went in my face at one point. I was like, "Oh, geez."
I gotta
I
say,
thought I was wearing glasses.
some people are saying cringe and all this about the dog and sending him back to the cage.
Yeah.
I like the wordplay there.
That
I
was
thought
good.
I thought it was good.
It was
and
good.
I would have had him yelling in your face at minus
Oh, yeah.
3,000.
Yeah.
Of course, no doubt.
The I'm effing him up. It's his thing. Can I say one of the brilliant master strokes of this week? Nate Diaz doing questions and answers instead of working out.
Yeah.
The intrigue that is maintained in this fight because of that moment is brilliant.
The sight of him in the boxing trunks wearing boxing
First
gloves
time we
is
see
going to
it.
be
Yes.
riveting.
Yep.
I was actually thinking about that during the weigh-ins. I was like, man, we haven't seen him in
Yes.
boxing gloves yet. Like, this is going to be
I
crazy.
can't wait.
He played that
He laces
perfectly,
them
in my opinion, to build the intrigue.
And so what a perfect way to end this perfect week. It has been so much fun, especially for this little show of ours, this little engine that could, to get this type of love, this type of treatment. Again, thank you very much to our good friends over at DAZN for the opportunity to work in conjunction with them. Shout out to the DAZN Boxing Show as well. Again, you can get the pay-per-view right now. You should sign up right now. DAZN.com. DAZN pay-per-view globally tomorrow night, August 5th, American Airlines Center.